Hello, everyone. Hopefully you can hear me. My name is Jonathan Little. We're going to be streaming some No Limit Texas Variety today. We're starting a little bit earlier than normal because my wife and my kids are at one of our friends' pools, so they're not going to be here all day. So, that's fun. We're going to register literally every game that's $50 and higher. First hand, we get aces. That's good. You all know me, we're playing with extreme amounts of overlap because, well, that's how I operate. America's Card Room's been going down the last few days because it is a, quality program. Hopefully that doesn't happen today. That might ruin our stream. Yeah, we're just going to get an everything. I'm not going to play... Actually, I guess I will play a random $30 game. Normally I wouldn't play the random $30 6-max, but we're starting a little bit early. I'm just going to flat here. I know it looks a little bit funny. But if we jam, he's just going to play very well. Whereas if we flat, he's going to bluff off sometimes post-flop or make a continuation bet post-flop, or somebody at the act could jam. Something like that could happen if we flat. Whereas if we jam, he's just going to play well. And if he does have a good hand, we're probably going to stack him anyway. We're making this table here red because this is a $600 game. And we're just going to get in every game. That's what it amounts to. Every game. I'm going to slow play this pretty hard. If he checks, I'll just check it back. If he bets, I'm just going to call. Because, like right here, he's probably drawing very, very near dead. Obviously, my hand, if he has any clue what I'm doing, is pretty face up. But that's fine. Whenever you have 15 big blinds, you can announce you have aces, and it's just going to be okay. Right here, it's probably best to just jam. If we bet tiny, we're going to be giving him okay odds with basically everything. Whereas if we jam, yes, he's going to fold out some hands. Like right here, if we bet tiny with Jack 10, maybe he just flats and we don't stack him. Whereas whenever I bet big, we stack him. I noticed there if I jammed pre-flop, he would have just folded, right? So that worked out as perfectly as it could. And yeah, we're just going to be in every game today. That is a regular tournament. Here we have this turbo super stack. I'm a little bit cautious playing the turbos on this site. Guess I'll play this $30 game, why not? What else are we doing, right? Hopefully these 6-maxes don't have turbo-y structures either. I see they have this Venom thing starting in, I guess, what is this? Two weeks? So in 2 weeks we can play for big money again. Right here, we're just going to fold. So I just got out of the shower, and I put lotion on my face like I do every day. And for some reason, my face got all broken out and red. Like, you can tell a little bit. Hivey almost. You see, it's like puffy. Very weird. Hopefully I'm not having a reaction to something. Regular lotion I put on my face every day. No legitimate reason why I would be doing that. Right here we have no chips, so let's keep an eye on this table. That was a good pocket aces hand right off the bat. I'm going to try to write down hands that were good so we can make YouTube clips out of this. Yeah, let's see. Is there anything else I can play? Like literally anything. Just give me anything. There's on-demand game I can play. Should I do that? Also, where's my Hold'em manager? Why is it not coming up? Waiting for hands. Huh. Well, don't wait too long. Raise, call, 3-bet. Suppose I'll fold. You know what? I'm actually streaming on the wrong thing. What's happening here? Let's see. No. 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 Well, need to type something over here. Obviously, you should all know by now, don't put money on unregulated, unlicensed sites like America's Card Room that you don't mind having stolen. But This is a private stream today. We're streaming for poker coaching members. We will give the first 2 hours to all of you today for free. But if you want to watch the full stream, you are going to need to sign up to pokercoaching.com. I decided to make it free for you to do that today. You can get a standard poker coaching membership for 5 days for $0. So, call it a private stream, but it's free. All right, here we go. Now we're playing Texas style. We have the heads-up display up and running. If you're unfamiliar with my heads-up display, go to pokercoaching.com/HUD. You can get it for free. I have full instructions there for how you can use this exact same heads-up display. Also, we have content by one of our poker coaching coaches explaining how to use heads-up displays in general. All right, under the gun raise, call. Check, bet, call. This is a fold here with the top pair, bottom kicker. It is way too easy for me to be against a hand like an ace. And if I am against an ace here, I'm going to be sporadically against a hand like ace jack, right? To where if I peel the 2, it doesn't even help me. So I bet turn. I'm just going to bet river as well. This is a pretty tough one, tough spot, but I have a pretty obvious bluffing hand. He's never going to fold out a pair of 10s. But if he does have like ace high with ace jack, or if he has pocket 7s, he'll feel inclined to fold. Raise, jam. Well, I guess I'm all in with this hand. So he has trip 8s. Okay, he's not going to fold trip 8s. Notice he had queen 8 there, right? He doesn't drill the 8 on the turn, we would win the pot. This is not a good spot to be in. You think we're going to win? No, we do not win. That's fair. All right, we will re-enter. You will find that we're going to re-enter a lot today. This is online, no limit Texas Hold'em. And online, no limit Texas Hold'em on this site, where they let you re-enter over and over and over and over and over again. We are going to be all in over and over and over and over and over again. And you have to understand, that is okay. That is part of this game. Wow. 4 big blind call? I guess I put it in here, right? I don't think King Jack's pushing a ton of equity. He was pushing some. So we get it in behind, but barely. And we basically get our money back, so that's good. Will I be playing the 100K guarantee today? I don't know. Is that a $50 buy and higher game on this website? If it is, I'll be playing it. We're going to be playing all day. I'll register games until, well, the last $600 game, roughly. A little bit past that. We're going to be here all day. I know the private stream ends at 2 p.m. Eastern time. I should probably put that there, huh? Let's see. That's in 2 hours. After that, you are going to need to get the link to the private stream at pokercoaching.com. It's right there in the dashboard for the members. Okay? If you're a poker coaching member, which you can become a member completely for free, go to pokercoaching.com, look right in the dashboard. It'll be a link right at the top of the page. All right? Go there. Go ahead and load up the YouTube page. Nothing should be there yet. And we will do that. Experience and bag downswing. Should you swap to tournaments? Well, if you're on downswings and cash games and you don't like it, you're really not going to like tournament downswings because they are gigantic. No, I definitely suggest you play the games that you have an edge in, that you have lots of experience at. If you have no experience in tournaments and you don't know if you're a winning player, I suggest you stick to what you're good at. What is my horoscope sign? I don't know. Your experience in... Oh, so we just answered this. Any advice for 5-hour late registration? It doesn't matter that much. Just realize that in general, essentially what is happening is whenever you do play a tournament that has late registration, the good players are going to get to re-enter over and over again, which is going to drive your and everybody else's return on investment down. So you're not going to make a whole lot of money playing those games. That said, if you're playing on this side's soft as can be. You see me punting it in with 3 outs over and over again, right? Aces Joker. Look at that. That's our friend Michael Acevedo. He's streaming as well. He streams in Spanish. You got rivered 3 times today. Well, get used to it. Can I recommend an inexpensive cash game coach? Go to pokercoaching.com, go to the tool section, go down to the bottom. There's a section where we have all of our coaches there. join Poker Coaching Premium, it's worth it. Well, I'm glad to hear that you're enjoying it. Here we're just going to check raise big and try to get money in the pot. If he has an ace, he's not going to fold. If he has not worse than an ace, he's always going to fold. So we don't really want to call and let him get there with like pocket jacks randomly or spike us on the turn. So obviously here he could have a 3. 3's kind of unlikely though. I have the best hand here most of the time. Unless he has exactly a set. He could have a 3, but this is another one of these examples of spots where I'm just going to end up going broke if he does have it. So here we can flat, getting very good odds, and we'll check shove all in. When we make a pair, we're pretty happy. Why would I ever put it there? Obviously, easy call. This is going to be a bluff a lot of the time, by the way. Pocket 3 is horrible all in my opinion. So I'm going to try a few things today. We are going to be triple barreling a lot, even more than the last few weeks. We're going to be raising and re-raising from late position, even more than normal. And that's it. Oh, I'm going to be calling less on the river. Call less on the river. Let me write these down. Call less on river. 3 barrel lots. Raise 3 LP more. These are the 3 things we're going to be working on. Like right here, maybe I'm supposed to fold, but I'm never folding here. Like this is a spot where I think our hand's just very, very good. He does have the king, obviously, so we lose. Here I think we can limp jam. You can also limp call. This hand's pretty good. I'm cool either way. If we limp call, we're going to get quote-unquote outplayed sometimes. Notice by jamming, we just always realize our full amount of equity. So we win a flip. Finally. Finally, we've been playing 16 minutes. The first flip we won. So yeah, those are our 3 things we're going to be working on today. We're also going to be trying to raise a lot from the small blind in general, especially with hands that kind of lack showdown value. If our hand's very good, I think limping is still reasonable. I like that king 10 suited there, right? I think limping there is pretty standard, but we're going to be raising a little bit more from the small blind. Hopefully making it members only keeps the trolls away. Well, if the trolls really want to sign up for the site, they're welcome to. They can get 5 days for free. We'll check call here. This is not a great spot to check call, but we have backdoor draws, right? And a gut shot, and the king high could just be good. So I think it's okay to flat there. I'm also going to try to be a little bit tighter from the late position. Now we'll fold turn. Flanagan, you'll know in about 4 minutes. We are in a 5-minute delay today, so you all cannot see my cards. That would be bad. Did you notice the 10x pot with queen 9 suited? I did not notice the 10x pot. Did I call a 10x pot bet? That wouldn't be good. Hopefully I didn't call a 10x pot bet. I want to thank all of you for being here with me today. If you enjoy this, go share with your friends. Right after shaving. No, I didn't even shave. That's the thing. I shaved yesterday. So weird. All right. Somehow we get min 3-bet here. We'll be all in with this queen 10 suited most likely. Feels like a big cash day. I hope it's a big cash day. We haven't had one of those yet. We'll just go ahead and bet this. Very multi-way. You usually just want to bet with your best hands. I think we can actually flat here. Guy has very tight stats, but our hand's great, and it's over a small sample. So I'm cool with just betting. Oh, you know, that was a min re-raise pot with the 7s. That's why I knew I was confused about something. Maybe we're supposed to check in a min re-raise pot. I'm shocked everybody folded. Whatever. Was here for the roller coaster ride last week. Well, that was just a normal tournament day. Grinded all day, had one nice score. It's about right. This is going to be a lot of bluffs too, and the guy pots it. As you see. Nice bluff. As you see why we don't fold pre-flop, right? Because the guy is, even though he has very tight stats, you just can't trust that over a small sample. I discussed that in the heads-up display video, by the way. Don't trust a small set of data. Especially the guy's opening the 5-4 under the gullet. We could 3-bet this one. You know what? Sure, why not? We'll get some action. Tell me your World Series of Poker plans. I don't really have World Series of Poker plans yet. We'll see what develops. I'm definitely not playing the New Jersey ones, even though they're just right across the river. An hour and a half to travel to play a $1,000 tournament just does not make sense to me. We'll keep betting this A7. If he calls, we'll check back river. He should be raising here very infrequently, I think. Here, it's close. I think I'll just fold. If we were in small blind or button, or big blind, I think it's a much easier call. Wow, he raises me. At least he's streaming. I'll get to see this later. All right, I have to pay attention to Michael Acevedo's stream. Have it up right here. One of the best poker players. Hopefully he's streaming this tournament. Probably just won't show me for fun. Anyway, I don't have World Series plans yet. There's a chance I'll figure out a way to play the European ones, because those should be pretty decent. Ultimate Tag, subscriber on Twitch, welcome. I don't think he's actually showing the ACR games, which is probably smart, because ACR is a horrible, shady, unlicensed, unregulated poker site. Shout out to Maggie today. Yes, shout out to Maggie. I don't think I have my do I have my Maggie graphics loaded up? Let's see. Are we ready? Are we ready? No, we're not ready. I had to get my stream overlays set up a little bit differently today. And actually, I'm woefully unprepared for the private stream later. We'll make it work. What are your thoughts on 20 big blind turbos? I mean, I don't know. What do you mean? Like, a lot of people care about structure. I don't really care about structure all that much because I realize what the structure entails, right? This guy's opened a bunch. As you see someone... What am I trying to say? Pertaining to structure, you definitely need to understand that as you're playing in worse structured events, your potential return on investment goes down, which means your variance goes up, right? But if you're fine with that, then what's the problem? There is no problem, right? A lot of people think that you have to play with giant edges all the time, but you just don't, right? Like I'm like with this $55 game, for example. When I'm buying in here, I expect to have like 5% ROI, 10% ROI with this 12 big blind stack. I don't think I'm printing loads of money, but I'm printing some. And am I fine with 500 or 1,000 buy-in swings? Yes, I am. I'm fine with 500 or 1,000 buy-in swings. And that's okay, because I just don't care, right? I think a lot of people get in their minds that they have to have some gigantic edge, and that if they're going to have big downswings, they just, oh, I don't want to play that. But that's okay. Realize when you have a tiny edge, you're going to have loads of variance, and that's cool. It's okay. It's okay. So that's really my thought on any game pertaining to any structure. Oh, good. Michael is streaming this game, so that's good. I'll get to see it. I wonder how this works. So I see it 5 minutes after you see it? Because I'm seeing it in real time, 5 minutes delay. That means you'll get my response on another 5 minute delay, so you get my response on a 10-minute delay? I guess that's how this works. Evan says, you feel like you got a shot. Well, we'll see. Today we are doing a giveaway, by the way. We'll play a $1,000 buy-in tournament. That starts at some point, I suppose. Hope I'm not timing out anywhere, am I? I get scared when I see all these orange labels. When is it? Starts in about an hour and a half. All right. So there you go. I hope he just had a straight. I hope he wasn't bluffing me. I'm going to be so embarrassed if he's already just bluffing me for fun. Hand's coming up next. Queen Jack, he had the nuts! He had the nuts! Good fold, Jonathan. As I said, I didn't think he'd be bluffing there a ton. Which is why I think we get to bet a little bit more frequently. Are you impressed by... I don't even know what you're talking about. Is this MMA or something? I don't have time to watch any sports, unfortunately. Tournaments or cash games better for building your bankroll. Building your bankroll, if you care about minimizing variance, you want to play games that have low variance. Which game has less variance? Well, clearly tournaments. We're going to bet turn and jam river here. Would you play fewer tables if you had no heads-up display? Should I and would I are different things. Realistically, I would not. I would play the same number. But you probably should. That said, I would just try to play as close to GTO as I possibly could. How happy are you whenever under the gun raises it comes ace, king, 10, and you have queen, jack? Let's see what he's saying in Spanish. If you like Spanish streams, Michael's your guy. What's he gonna do? He's gotta be so happy. Oh, Jesus, I just 55 big blinded it. Whatever. I definitely typed 5.5. I'm sitting here looking right at it at 5.5. Alright, you check raise me, I fold. Nothing to see. Did this guy fold over here for 55? Hope he folded for 55. The neat thing about whenever someone 3-bets you is that at least they wanted to have it. They wanted to 3-bet, right? It's not like I was not planning to 3-bet. Oh, they think I'm such a fish already. Alright, so be careful when I type 5.5. Relatively high 3-bet percentage here for this guy. So I don't think we can realistically fold. Acevedo, consummate pro. Just check raise me, no problems. Let's see. Do you have any tips for playing multiple tournaments at one time? Practice. Is there a raise first in, call, or fold chart? Or just follow the raise first in charts. What do you mean? If someone raises in front of you, the charts go out the window because that's not the scenario you're in anymore. I think a lot of people think they can just follow exactly raise first in charts. But that is not how it works at all. I think I jam here, right? We're trying to get ace high to fold. Will ace high ever fold? Probably not. Maybe it does. Maybe I just check. He's never folding a pair, right? Yeah, I think I just check. He's literally never folding a pair. And he's going to have a whole lot of ace high that's better than mine, but he's going to... he may not even fold that, right? Check raise here. Shout out to your wife, cashing a 100K tournament last night. Congrats. Here we get snap called when we check raise this guy. And I guess I just keep betting. And then jam river. It's a little bit unfortunate. That's a great river. Hopefully the guy doesn't show up with exactly the better flush. Or exactly the boat. Terrible river for the opponent. Because if he does have an ace here... I'm sorry, if he does have a king here, he loses like everything now, right? If I had a 5, he loses... I realize that he could have the jack, right? But probably doesn't have too many of the jack. Here we're just going to triple. I would not bet turn with jack, and he's not going to have a ton of jack there. So I think it's okay to go for the jam. Maybe we're supposed to... The thing is, problem is if we check, he's always going to check back a king. Whereas if I jam, he's going to call the king sometimes, which would be fantastic. What buy-in range do you plan with respect to your bankroll? We've discussed this a few times. I have about $2 million-ish for poker tournaments in terms of bankroll, and I'll play 25Ks. What is Acevedo's? Twitch.tv/GTO_poker. How many webinars do you get as a yearly member? Oh my god, a lot. A lot. A lot. We have webinars literally all the time. 2 or 3 or 4 a week, something like that. We've been doing some private streams as well. I'll just check here. Easy check call. He could have the 9, right? He could also have spades. Could have straight. It's a lot he could have. It's just the easy check call. It's going to do some bluffs. He does have the 9, right? Which is fine. You're going to lose those spots. Raise, call, check, check. I guess. Why not? I was going to go for it every time today. Oh, you all are going to be in for a real treat when you see me just blasting off later today. Were you all here last week where we went for the triple barrel in the $2,500 or the $1,000 tournament and got through? That was so glorious. Here, we're just going to rip it in. It's a big shove, but it's probably just the right play. Here, we're going to give up, though. So I was going to triple this, but the king is really bad because whenever he raises, I call check, check. The check, check is going to be a whole lot of king X and a whole lot of ace X. And I lose all that. So I don't think there's any reason to to bet again. He's going to show up with so many good hands here. All right, I raise, check, check, flop, check, call, turn. Check, river, check, shove, river. It's very important to check some nut hands on the river, especially if your opponent's aggressive. Because if you just always bet them, it lets your opponents have very easy decisions. Now, do I jam or do I raise small? I think I'm supposed to jam. Yeah, let's just jam. If he does have a random 2-pair type hand, he's going to call a lot, which is great. What win rate do you want in 25 hyper turbos? I don't know. Any win rate's fine. If you're playing hyper turbos, you should expect, what, like 2, 3, 4, 5% ROI? What's the best way to learn GTO? There's a book called Modern Poker Theory by Michael Acevedo, who just check-raised me on the turn with the nuts. Easy call here. Chop it up. So check out Modern Poker Theory by Michael Acevedo. Also, sign up to Poker Coaching Premium at pokercoaching.com/premium. Michael Acevedo, the GTO master, has loads and loads of videos there, specifically on exploitative strategies that he has taken from GTO play and also just straight GTO strategies. Never check raise your boss. Yeah, good luck. Good luck with that. They bluff me all the time. What's my biggest online cash this year? I don't know. I've only played online for like 5 sessions or something. You can look it up. Go to Sharkscope. Sharkscope.com. Type in pokercoaching.com. It'll bring up exactly my results because I've played almost none. There are versus raise first in charts. Yeah, so check those out. Check, check, flop. We can now bet turn kind of big. Check, check here. Woo! Saucy river. Woo! Saucy river again. 2 saucy rivers. We'll put this guy all in on the river now. 2 saucy rivers. Thank you, thank you. All right, so the question is, do we raise this guy on the river? He could have me beat, right? So the question is, if I raise, will he call it off? My hand's going to look a whole lot like a jack. I think we still doesn't have a value raise here. If he has a jack, he's going to call like every time. And we beat all those besides king jack. If he has a king, he may not call, but I think that's okay. I think that's okay. On the river pairing, I bet 110. Oh my god. Did it work? Let me know if the 110 big blind bet worked, please. I'm going to have to be... Okay, so I'm going to... Maybe my period is not working today or something. You're saying, should you be limping from early position? No, it is never the GTO strategy to open limp from any position. You want to be raising or folding every hand you're going to play. Pre-flop fold equity is very, 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 very valuable. Have I read Das Kapital? No, I have not. Dance Off, me or Phil Hellmuth. I'm not the best dancer. I have very little experience at dancing. Very little experience. That said, I did go with my wife to a 80s themed dance party to raise funds for our kids' nursery school. And we had the best costumes and we were the best dancers, and they took pictures and put us in the kids' yearbook. Whenever we get it, I'll show it to all of you. Your wife heard me say congrats. Well, congrats. If you're doing great work, you're crushing the games, you deserve it. PC webinars or GTO. We probably have too many of them, honestly. That's actually a problem we run into. We're trying to solve. If any of you have any solutions for this, let me know. Send us an email, support@pokercoaching.com. We put out so much content. So much content that I know all of you don't see it all. I barely see it all. I'm in charge. And we don't want it to get lost. So we have search features and whatnot now, but I still think a lot of the content's just getting lost. Can't sign up using 5-free. Oh boy, let's see. See if it's working. PokerCoaching.com/5free. Let's see where it takes me. It should take you right to a checkout page. Did it not take you to a checkout page? If so, what was the problem? Also, if you're having problems, send us an email, support@pokercoaching.com. Somebody else go to try and sign up and let me know what it says. But yeah, let me know what the problem is. Please, if you don't let me know the problem, I can't help you. I want to make sure all of you can get in the private stream who wants to get in the private stream. We will be streaming this privately for Poker Coaching members starting at 2 p.m., so in about an hour and a half. It's going to sound bad, but I guess I'll float this. We've had, last week I streamed publicly. We got a lot of viewers. The problem is that there was also a lot of nonsense. I don't like nonsense. And I want to make sure Poker Coaching members are getting loads and loads of value. So I was going to be bluffing the turn a lot, but here we go. Is this site legal? It's tough to know. They're definitely operating illegally. Does that make the site illegal? Does it make it illegal for Americans to play on? I think it actually does. I think it is definitively illegal to play in a poker game that is raked, that is not in a casino. Is there any sort of legitimate fine for the players? Not really. I did a webinar with my lawyer, Mac Verstandig, about this. He just went through why this site is illegal, why this site is not a great option. But, check it out. I think we can 3-bet this sometimes. This guy's kind of tight. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Blast him, blast him, blast him. How many games are we playing? All of them. So far, we're playing every $30 buy-in and higher tournament on this site. What did you used to do after Black Friday poker-wise? I was in Las Vegas playing 5-10 no limit at Bellagio. Did I play out of the country? No. Mostly live in America, yes. We 3-bet got through there with the ace-4 offsuit, so that's good. You may say, why not flat call the ace-4 offsuit? I think it's fine. That said, I think it's probably ideal to 3-bet some hands that are not going to fare so well in multi-way pots, like that ace-4 offsuit or king-5 offsuit, etc. How to keep track of so many opponents' characteristics. I'm literally reading them off the screen. You see all these numbers here? These numbers all tell me what the opponents are doing. I don't have to pay attention to anything. I just have to read the numbers when it's my turn. Go to pokercoaching.com/HUD to see how I do it. I give you the data completely for free. You have to buy Hold a Manager. You can get a free trial for it. So anyway, check that out. Here, these players had no chips at all, so we have to call if they have no chips at all for 3 more big blinds. I'm actually not especially good at playing online and actually just staring at a table and paying attention to one table. I'm really bad at that. I can read stats, though. Pretty good at that. That said, I don't think you want to have stat overwhelm. Some people just have, tons of stats on their table. I don't think that's necessary. Use on high-stakes online cash games. I don't see the purpose in playing it. The games are very, very tough. Unless you're playing in some, private soft games. Like Party Poker has private high-stakes games where you have to sort of be invited to, you have to be invited to play. I think that's fine, but I would not be playing in any medium to high-stakes online cash game. I just don't think there's much of a win rate potentially in those games at all. So if there's no potential win rate, what are you doing? You're straight wasting your time for infinite variance. Unless you're the best player in the world, but I'm not the best player in the world. The opponent got me. All right, well, that's fine. He called me with river trips. Oh, that's fun. Oh, I remember that hand. Yeah, I did not realize I bet gigantic. So, okay, clearly, this period button right here is not functioning so well today. So we will have to be very careful about that. I'll go ahead and just use these numbers over here all day. Raise, call, 3-bet, check, bet. I'm sorry, bet, call, check, bet, call, check, call off. All right, says I'm up $7,800 in the last 6 sessions. 50-something% ROI. That's pretty good. I'd sign. Doesn't feel like a lot, given we're swinging $10,000 a day. So basically, I'm up 1 unit. I'm up 1 big unit. Easy call here. Aces! All right, well, set up to tiers there. When you get set up to tiers, you're going to lose. Don't feel so bad about that. Sometimes you're going to lose. Also, understand that when you sit down to start playing the poker tournaments, it's going to go poorly before it goes well. I think a lot of people think, oh man, I've already lost 4 buy-ins. This is terrible. But realize, I've doubled up on some of these tables, right? And you don't get paid until the end of the day. A lot of people think they're supposed to get paid immediately. You don't get paid immediately. You get paid at the end of the day. So realize you're going to be down until the end of the day. And then at the end of the day, maybe you'll be up if you're lucky. If you're not lucky, well, you're going to be down. Page not frowned. Why is it working for me? Oh, you use 5 hyphen free? I'll just type it right here. If you don't use the correct URL, it's not going to function properly. Let me see if this works. It does work. It goes right to the correct page. It definitely goes to the correct page. If you use 5-free, it's not going to work. It's pokercoaching.com/5free. I tried to make it easy for everyone. No hyphens, dashes, underscores required. Is that a lead? That was a lead. It was kind of weird. Ugh, okay. 10 to win, 32. Well, we realize 33% equity. Probably. Call. Don't show me the king. Ooh, just aces. That's good. All right. As long as the opponent did not have the king of clubs, it's okay. You never want to be shown king of clubs there. Being shown king of clubs is a disaster. You enjoy my book, Excelling at No Limit Texas Hold'em. Great. Glad you enjoy it. I have a new one coming out very soon, Excelling at Tough No Limit Hold'em Games. Where did I put those books? There it is. Excelling at Tough No Limit Hold'em Games. Go to dnbpoker.com to get a free preview. Similar. Much more geared towards high-stakes, difficult games as opposed to softer games or normal games. Go to dnbpoker.com, dandbpoker.com. I'm sure it'll be at the top somewhere. So here we called pre-flop. I didn't think we could profitably jam. It's close. Is my new book out yet? No. You can pre-order it though. Not sure of the exact URL, sorry. We have a super moderator here, Nate Daughtry. Is that how I say it? Could be saying it wrong. Nate's been helping us out a lot. Thank you very much for that. What do you mean by nonsense? What people are doing? I meant just nonsense in the Twitch chat. I'm not going to deal with a bunch of nonsense in the Twitch chat, and I'd rather be able to see and answer very good, concise, specific poker questions. What should your bankroll be? Go to jonathanlittlepoker.com/bankroll. This is a check min raise spot. We should check min raise all of our hands here that we want to continue with. It puts the opponent in a very bad scenario when we have like 8-7 of diamonds or something. Then we bet small in turn, then we jam river. Obviously, we're going to be beat sometimes, but that's fine. I would also bet small with hand like 9-7 here. Raise, call, check, check. Call, turn bet. If he bets river, I guess I fold. Yeah. Trying to overfold the river today, everyone. Guy has stats 10 rows long and says people have a lot of stats on the table, LMAO. Oh, this is not a lot of stats here. I'll show you what I mean. I can look it up on the internet. Let's see if I can find you an image or two of what I mean by like a lot of stats. Well, this isn't even necessarily what I mean. Like, look at this, right? So yeah, this is just like loads of stats. More than what I have, right? And this isn't even a lot. Like, imagine this, but even bigger. So, I mean, you can get a lot of stats on the screen. Am I playing all the World Series events? No, absolutely not. You have to understand, I don't put a whole lot of prestige in random $1,000 buy-in and $500 buy-in and $200 buy-in tournaments. And I'm definitely not going to get up and leave my house in New York City to go to New Jersey an hour and a half away to play. It's just not worth it. I'd much rather sit here, make content for all of you, write books, etc., 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 right? I'd much rather make full use of my time as opposed to playing one random $500 tournament. I know some people still put prestige in things like World Series of Poker bracelets, but in my opinion, and this could be wrong, their brand has become significantly diminished ever since they started running random $500 tournaments and $400 tournaments and random online tournaments that you can only play in specific states. It's like, what are you doing? So anyway, I'm pretty, I'm off it. To be fair, I'm kind of off a lot of big brands. The only big brands I think that are still prestigious when it comes to their events are Party Poker and Poker Stars. If you win an EPT or whatever they call it, it's still prestigious. You win a Party Poker Millions tournament, still prestigious. Why? Because they don't have a lot of them, and they're high buy-ins, and they're usually big tournaments. And I think that, but like that said, at this point in my life, I'm not going to go out of my way to try to do it. I've learned that chasing prestige and chasing glory is a great way to lose a lot of money. We went on a 30 buy-in downswing a couple weeks ago. I went on a 30 buy-in downswing every week. Am I going to play global poker thing or ignition thing? I don't have accounts on those sites. So no. Nice they're having big tournaments there. So I like World Poker Tour a lot. But over the last, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years, they have taken, well, they used to, every tournament used to be a $5,000 or $10,000 buy-in tournament. There was one, there was a small buy-in of $5,000 in Reno, which was too small for Jonathan Little to get up and even go to. But you have to understand that now all the tournaments are 2,500s, 3,500s, maybe a 5K or a 10K here and there. When you just start doing things a ton, it starts to diminish the value of it, in my opinion. Okay. Guess we call. Here. Raise, call, check, 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 bet minimum, call, fold. I'm not really sure what to do in this spot. I mean, we have the best hand sometimes. Just check, check, hope we win. Guy has the nut low, all right. Don't know why I wouldn't bluff the river there. But I mean, like, you see that I can sit here and be rational. Like, I really don't like what they've done with the World Series of Poker. Like, I think that's actually just kind of a tragedy. Because they had a good, strong brand, and they've kind of made it into a, well, lackluster one to some extent, for lack of better words. Because, like, I don't care at all. I mean, think about this, right? In theory, a bracelet is worth more to Jonathan Little than most people because I can market it in some meaningful way, right? But even then, I am not getting up and traveling an hour and a half to go play these tournaments. Why? Because the buy-ins are low, and because I don't think it's actually worth all that much. which is kind of a bummer. I wish it was worth something. I wish it was prestigious, but it's just not. And it is what it is. I'm certainly not going to take away time from my family to go play a random $500 buy-in online tournament. I think check here. We have the super nuts. When you have super nuts, you don't necessarily need to bet. Obviously, you just don't want a diamond to come on the turn. Thanks. They guarantee $1 million to the winner on what? What site? Hey, we have to get on this. It's too much work to get on it at this point. I wish it wasn't too much work to get on it, but it's too much work to get on it. Wow. Raise, minimum re-raise. That's a bummer. This guy's played half the hands out of 8. Guess I'm in. That's a bummer. You really don't like this spot. 5 free link works for you. Good. If you're not a poker coaching member already, we're giving you 5 days for free. It's a great river. Go to pokercoaching.com/5free. URL is at the bottom. It's on the top of this stream. It's everywhere. Go there. Sign up. It's completely free. And you can watch the rest of the stream. We'll be streaming privately starting in about an hour. We're going to play literally every game. We're giving away, I think we said 5%. I'm going to make it 10%. We're going to give away 10% of the 1K. There's a $1,000 buy-in tournament here. We can give away 10% to one of you. We'll be giving that away at about 3 p.m. I'll re-enter it if I have to. We'll give you all full maximum value. Because I appreciate all of you. Thank you for supporting Poker Coachings. Thank you for supporting the coaches, my team. We appreciate all of you. We work hard for you, and you know, if you value what we give you, sign up for the free 5-day trial if you haven't already. And if you're a paying member, thank you very, very much. What are common circumstances for going all in? We don't win your short stack. That's a good spot. Listen, that's way too big of a question. I have a book, Secrets to Professional Tournament Poker, Volume 1. I discussed that thoroughly. What heads-up stats are important to your success? These sitting right here on the screen are very important. The top lines, the top few lines are generally more important than the lower few lines because the top few lines populate faster. The sample you get there is more indicative of what your opponents are actually doing. What should your win rate look like? You're winning 6 big blinds per hour at 1-2. And sounds detrimental. 6 big blinds at 1-2 is pretty good. Ideally, you want to be getting something like, realistically, 10 big blinds per 100 in small stakes cash games. Ugh, I really didn't want to get jammed here. This is a bummer. We have to fold, but we actually have a whole lot of equity. We're actually kind of near the money, too. Actually, we're not that near the money. 8 people away from the money, but there's 35 people in this tournament. I don't know what I'm playing here. Some random tiny stakes game. Do you listen to anything on headphones? Very rarely. I generally don't recommend listening to music. There are lots of studies out there that show that listening to music it takes away some of your focus, but it generally helps you focus for longer periods of time. But I think I'm pretty good at focusing for long periods of time in general. So I try to not use headphones. That said, if there's someone particularly boring or someone particularly annoying at the table, I will put on the headphones. And usually in that case, I'm listening to podcast or classical music. I do not recommend listening to podcasts. Podcasts are, again, very, very distracting, right? You don't want to be distracted, ideally. Do I bluff here now? Ugh. I guess. Brutal. Look, don't try this one at home. This one's a little bit out of line. We're going to get called a lot on the turn, but we're going to have some river fold equity. You got to think the king would bet the turn, right? Do I need to bluff river? Wow. What are we trying to get to fold now on the river? We're trying to get a king to fold. King's never going to fold. We're trying to get tens to fold. Tens is never going to fold. So we check. If he bets, I have to call. The reason I have to call is because you got to think he would bet the king on the flop most of the time. He's going to show up with a lot of, like, queen X of diamonds, I think. Maybe ace X of diamonds. He could just have the nut flush, right? I mean, that's certainly possible. But I think this is a call on the river. And a $200 game is just a call. So he had the nuts. That's fine, right? You really just don't want to see a thin value bet there. If he shows up with, like, pocket queens value betting, that's when it's, like, a terrible call. See, a lot of people look at that and say, oh man, I messed up really bad. But no, that's fine. And you need to be able to look at that spot and say, I realize I'm calling here because I lose to exactly slow played flushes. May not even value bet a king. He's almost certainly not value betting queen X. And in that scenario, you could have a whole lot of ace high that would check back flop, call any turn bet, fold to any river bet. But if I check the river, he's going to feel he's somewhat inclined to bluff it. So I like that spot. That's fine. He'll 3-bet. We'll 3-bet this because this guy's very loose. How many bags of potato chips did I eat today? 0. I've eaten almost no food today. We're going to have to eat at some point. Gosh. Fun turn. 3-bet call, check, bet, call. Yeah, let's just give him the load. I mean, I'm going to bet the river. Whew, now I'm definitely going to bet the river. It's always terrible if you check jams me. I think we can call this. The hand's pretty good. I don't think he's going to fold an ace for this amount. If he check jams me, it's pretty brutal. Maybe I'm supposed to bet smaller there. I'm not sure. Here, I think we can just check shove. If he has ace king or ace jack, I really want him to fold. I think it's okay to jam some of the weaker draws here. Like, obviously, if he has a queen or aces or something, he's always going to call. But if he doesn't have a pair here, he's going to be in a pretty bad spot and have to fold. All right, break time. While we're on break, if you're not a poker coaching member and you want to continue watching this stream, I realize the stream isn't for everyone. We're playing lots of tables. I'm showing you all of them. I'm showing you exactly what I see. I'm not going to be the streamers who only show you the big pots when they have the nuts or anything like that. I want you to see all of the action. I want you to see exactly what professionals see when they are playing because, well, I want you to be able to do what I do. My goal here is not just to play some games and goof off. My goal is to teach you how to crush poker, okay? And you do that by seeing what we actually do. We're going to show you every single hand we play all day. We're going to be playing from now until, I don't even know, 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., something like that, until I'm done. So go to pokercoaching.com/5free. Sign up right now. Seems like some people may be having problems getting to the link, but I don't think so. Pokercoaching.com/5free. Just go to it. Maybe clear your cookies or something if it's not working. But anyway, I'll be back in a second. Hello. My name's Jonathan Little. Did you guys see Daniel Negreanu streaming the other day where he freaked out? Go to Poker News, at Poker News on Twitter. You'll see it. It was very funny. He was playing on a quality program as well, WorldSeriesOfPoker.com, and it kept timing him out. And he was going off. What's going on with my hair here? Okay, there we go. He was very unhappy that the program did not function properly. Turns out, when they don't spend any money making their site good, users are going to have problems. All right, let's see. If you check your member, if you're a poker coaching member and check your emails, all the links will be there. That is right. Did you see? I've never been to Casino Razvedov. How do you sign up for today's giveaway? Go to, well, there's email or information for that, but go to twitter.com/Jonathan Little. You'll find it. What do you think about watching streams while you play poker? Is that the same line as listening to a podcast? Yeah, pretty much. I wouldn't do it. At least I generally wouldn't recommend it, unless you're like bored out of your mind. You review your quizzes from contributors. Yes. Sometimes there's conflicting content. Yeah. Everyone doesn't play the same style of poker. It's important to realize that. Why not play on these other sites? Because I don't have accounts on these other sites and I don't want to deal with it. So you'll find that if you play a lot of tables, you actually do have a bit of time, or a bit of a hard time playing on multiple sites at the same time. What are my views on good poker players? I mean, look, what do you mean, what are my views? Ask questions. What does my view mean? Do good poker players exist? Of course they do. If you know your win rate. Okay, so Nate's saying something. Instead of asking me my views, ask me a specific pointed question and I will answer it. Why did I play live after Black Friday? Because I didn't want to get up and leave the country. I was already living in Vegas anyway. Would you have gone to Vegas if there was the World Series of Poker going on? And also the virus? No, I would not have. Why did I fold King Queen offsuit without seeing a flop? I raised. Someone 3-bet. Oh no, someone raised. I 3-bet them. They 4-bet me, so I folded. That's the spot where I need to fold. All right, here we go. You love all the action. Good. You still learn from watching my stream. Well, that's what we're going for. I do my best. Let's make sure we're not timing out anywhere. I've been busy answering all your comments. That's how you time out whenever you don't pay attention. Turns out if you don't pay attention, you may get timed out. This guy is very aggressive, so we're not going to raise. You don't really want to raise and get jammed on. Here we have some soup. I bought this for my children. They didn't eat it. They're not here right now. This soup has fish in it. Fish and many other things from the sea. Soup de mar. Is that right? Is that how a dumb American would say that? There are no napkins in here. Nice. Someone saw my stream. They came here. They looked at it for a second. I said, I can't believe you're eating food while you're streaming. Such low quality content. F you, I'm out of here. Could you imagine someone doing that? Someone did that. Someone actually did that. Sitting here playing 20 tables at a time. Got for 15 hours or something. Look, I'll tell you all a little secret. If you sit here and play 15 hours of poker, you better eat some food over the course of the day. Raise? A limp? I don't even know what's happening here. Kind of confused. If I didn't have a pair here, I would lead. I'm not sure if I would ever not have a pair here. You have a little coffee and a homework review tomorrow. That's right. I think it's okay to fold this on the turn. This guy's range should be very strong. He's going to have like ace, king of spades sometimes and whatnot, where I'm just in very bad shape. My wife asked, why do you pile up everything on Monday when you know you're going to be streaming till like 2 or 3 a.m. on Sunday? Mondays are usually my good day. That's the day where I knew I would have coverage for someone to watch my kids. And that's changed a little bit since I started streaming because now I'm usually deathly tired on Monday mornings. Like, deathly tired. Turns out, you stream till very, very late, you're going to be deathly tired in the morning. But whatever, I don't care. I think we don't need to bet here. We have the best hand a lot when it checks down. Easy call on turn. Even if it's 3 ways, doesn't matter. Raise, wow. I have no fold equity. So I guess it's a fold. Are Will Tipton's books worth a read? If you play exactly heads up, sure. But if you're just trying to look for GTO strategy, I would tell you to get Michael Acevedo's book instead. Both are very good books, though. Tipton's book is almost like a precursor to Acevedo's book. Not a prerequisite, but a precursor. So we turn, wow, what's that? I just get check raised here? I mean, I can't fold, right? I guess I call and then call it off. Brutal. Hand's too good to fold. Same thing, hand's too good to fold. Check, check, turn. Check, fold here. Check, check, river. I mean, I don't even know what this guy's going to show up with. Tens? It's Jack 10. Why would he not bluff the turn? Makes literally no sense. If I get bet here, I'm going to fold. I have a lot of better hands to call with in this scenario. And his range should be quite strong to raise under the gun, bet flop, bet turn, jam river, right? How many tables should you play? Well, I would have to see how you handle so many tables. You all enjoyed the Negreanu meltdown. Yeah, you have to understand that just because other people melt down, does not mean you have to. If you watched exactly Mike the Mouth play online poker, you'd think you have to go nuts every time you lost a big hand. But you don't. You see me lose a big hand. You see me sitting here with this horrible excuse of a poker site, decides to not give me any options. You literally can't click fold, call, or anything. What do? Sit here and time out and move on with our lives. Important to realize, though, those players are playing things like World Series of Poker events, and they are very emotionally wrapped up in them. I thought 5.5 there and it worked, right? They're very emotionally wrapped up in these things, and I definitely don't recommend being emotionally wrapped up because you'll go nuts and lose your mind sometimes. And you don't want to go nuts and lose your mind. Are 9-handed tables more boring than 6-handed tables? Well, you definitely play fewer hands, right? God, this is not what you want. 12 to win, 37. Yeah, you got to call with anything. Any 2 cards. Fair flip. Wow, what more could you ask for? Guy was stone bluffing. We can't win ever. We're not doing so well on coin flips today. I think we're 1 for 15 or so. We've only been playing an hour. Sometimes you're just 1 of 15, you know? Oh, but that's okay. Hey, we're 3 out of 67 in the $600 tournament. That's good. That's good. Wonder what kind of fish this is. This might be a little bit loose given we are semi on the bubble, but we're not really. 7 away with 34 people left. We're actually like nowhere near the bubble. This guy is very loose, so you got to expect to get 3-bet sometimes, but that's fine. 60 big blind all in from the small blind. Maybe he's having the same issue I am. Hope you're all having a great day. What do you think about poker bots? What do I think about them? I think that obviously I would wish they don't exist. Can they end online poker and make players move to live poker? Well, they can definitely end online cash games, but online cash games are basically dead anyway. Turns out, do I triple here? I think I do. Do I triple or double? This might be a double spot. He doesn't have a whole lot of force. When he calls turn, it should be a whole lot of queen or 3. I guess it could be like ace 5. It's not so good. Guess it's not a triple. Guy leads. What in the world? Guess I'll fold. Funny you say, can't be all loosey-goosey eating soup at the poker table, because apparently Daniel Negreanu said that in a masterclass advertisement. And I was playing the World Series of Poker main event last year with Brian Rast at my table. Everyone at the table besides me and Brian Rast was like super serious, super like, you know, it was a very big deal for them to be playing World Series main event, as it is for most people. But me and Brian Rass, we just like, showed up and chilling. We were both eating food, hanging out, chatting. And then someone just like laughed out loud. Like, I got to say this. I was watching Daniel Negreanu say, don't be all loosey-goosey at the poker table eating a sandwich. Yet I see the two biggest winners by a mile at this table sitting here eating sandwiches and goofing off and having a party. Because it's true. You're allowed to have fun. Raise, call, all in rip. Well, all right. We're playing. Ace-Queen's great. Don't fold the Ace-Queen. He has a Jack and a 10. He's in terrible shape. Looks like he wins, though, because, that's how we're operating on this site. I think I'm going to fold this one. That's a very easy call-off, by the way. Whenever you raise, someone calls, someone jams. If they have loose stats like this, never fold the Ace-Queen. You're going to be in such great shape. Select I'm back at all table option. Yeah, definitely do that. Struggling how much to raise when there are several limpers. Raise to the size of the pot. I'll give you the formula right now. 3 times the last bet, which would be 1, right? 3 times 1 plus any additional money in the pot. So if there are 4 limpers, 3 times 1 is 3, plus 3 limpers, plus the small blind, the big blind, and the ante. Call that half of 1. So that is 3, 4, 5.5. 5.5 plus 3 is 8.5. So a pot size raise there would be to about 8.5 big blinds. 3 times, that's always a pot size bet. Now you may want to raise a little bit less than pot, maybe a little bit more than pot when you're out of position. But 3 times the last bet plus any additional money in the pot is how you roughly determine solid pre-flop raise sizes. You have 5,000 hands. That is not a big sample in my opinion. We'll just fold this. I mean, could be okay to defend, I guess. But against under the gun and another caller, it's probably better to fold. 3 times the last bet plus any additional money in the pot. It's a pot size raise. All this stuff's just free. I can just tell you the answer to all these. He has no chips, so we call. Do you have to play multiple tables to win at online poker? You'd actually win more per table if you played fewer tables. You'd have a higher win rate. Like if I only played the $600 table, I would have a higher win rate at this table because it'd be giving me my full attention. I would like never misclick. I'd have better reads, but would get in way less volume. So in exchange for having the lower win rate on this one big table and all these other tables, I get to play all these other tables. And on all these other tables, I'm going to ideally extract some amount of value. Now, I don't know how much. We may only make, $5 on this $55 game or something like that, which may or may not be worth it. But no, you don't have to play multiple tables. You just have to realize you're going to have an immense amount of variance. Ideally, didn't expect to get raised by 1. And I guess I'll call. I was going to play for all the money by limp re-raising. But not now. Raise, we will 3-bet this one. Ace-Queen suited's great. Check, call, small bet on the flop. I have no clue what's happening on these hands. Call here, we beat some random bluffs, some random ace high, etc. You obviously lose to the queen, which we'll value bet there, and that's fine. What book is the precursor to modern poker theory? Expert Heads Up No Limit Hold'em. I don't like this, so I'm going to call this a random $30 tournament. Who knows what the guy's doing. He's going to show me ace-king a lot, but whatever. We're going to make a flush this time, I'm sure. Never on this quality poker site do we get lucky. We get it in bad, we don't get lucky. We get it in good, we lose. Tough, tough day. Tough, tough day. You may look at that and think that's a little bit insane to call off there with the ace-queen. And it is loose. That's a good example of one of these plays where in the smaller stakes games, people just do dumb stuff sometimes. And when they do random dumb stuff, you should not be making slightly big folds. And every once in a while, that's going to result in you paying off poorly. But I think it's okay. This isn't even live, LOL. Try some micro stakes, bro. You all want to know why we go private streams, because we have idiots who come and say nonsense. You have to understand that when you're playing higher stakes games, your return on investment is going to be lower than it will be in high stakes games. You may say, but they get lucky on me. They play any 2 cards. It's true. They do play any 2 cards, which is actually why you get to have a much higher win rate. You get to have a much higher win rate when your opponents play poorly. When your opponents play well, you don't extract money from them. When they play poorly, you extract lots of money from them. I assume that was common knowledge by now, but apparently not. What kind of a bummer, we're going to have to minimum cash here. Or 2 from the money. Let's see. That's also true. I don't waste my time playing micro stakes tournaments. You have to realize we're sitting here playing poker to try to win money, to feed my family. I'm not necessarily playing here to entertain people who want to complain about nonsense, right? I'm also trying to show you how professional poker players win money when they play online poker, which is very different than what a lot of streamers do. They have things like bankroll challenges and run it up from nothing for fun. Well, because they don't have a bankroll to play big tournaments a lot of the time. But we're definitely adequately bankrolled. We've crushed the micro stakes, we've crushed the medium stakes, we've crushed the small stakes, we've crushed all the games. Anyway, here we are. Need to update the Twitch title. Ghost of M, can you do it? It'd be great if you could update the title. Tough spot on the river. Let's see. All right, what's happening here? Raise, 3-bet, all-in call. Oh my god, do I just... Ugh, this is brutal. Do I still just put it in? This guy don't show up with aces sometimes. I guess I still just put it in. This is a nasty spot. Probably be good to analyze this one. If we ever get this 6 in dead, it's just a huge success, which I think is going to happen sometimes, like this, right? I know we're not in great shape against this range, but I think if we ever get 6 in dead, we are going to be very happy. It's like right here. I mean, I know it looks pretty rough because we're against kings, but obviously he's going to have ace king sometimes. And even here, we put in 1/3 of the money and we get back 20% of the money, which is not that big of a deal, I don't think. So I'm okay with that. What happened at a $200 game? Did they not let me re-enter? Got to try to re-enter. Come on, computer. This site is so slow. On the bubble, I know, whatever, you got to call it off on the bubble. Even in this spot. We're not deep enough to where we can adequately just like sit here and collect the minimum cash yet. It's close, but I don't think we're quite there. I love how they just like close the table. Oh, it says I can late register. Can I late register again? Like 1 re-entry or something? Let's see. Max re-entries. Max entries 1. 1 re-entry. Well, I would have paid more rake today ACR, but you don't let me. That's okay. We don't have to re-enter. Venom Fever. Do I play a Venom Fever tournament? Because what more do you want besides a fever induced by venom? Sounds kind of like a coronavirus, doesn't it? What more would you like than a coronavirus right now? Great marketing by this side, I tell you. They are true geniuses here. You're looking for tournaments with no rebuys, no add-ons. Kind of brutal that a lot of tournaments now allow that. That said, I would tell you to not focus on that so much. I think a lot of people are very concerned with, I only want 1 entry, so it's fair. But understand that every entry is just an individual buy-in, right? I have videos on this. Check it out. This is a terrible flop for the kings, but it's very easy for him to have something. Getting maggied early, huh? I mean, I don't know. We haven't gotten in particularly great so far. We may get maggied here, though. Are they going to give it to me? Are they going to maggie me to tears? What do you all think? Go ahead and type it in. Tell me. Maggie, how do I turn you off? Maggie, how do I turn you off? I want you to go away. Go away. All right, there we go, Maggie. You loved the cucumber last week. I'm actually out of cucumbers. I have a big head of Cauliflower. I was debating whether or not I was going to eat that later for all of you or not. Do you drink alcohol? Every once in a while. Especially right around 1:30 a.m. 2 from the money again, still. Should probably be stalling here, honestly. I'm obviously going to fold this hand. Terrible nut low river. I think it's still a value bet if he checks, though. You don't love it, but with King of Hearts blocker, it makes it way more difficult for him to actually have a flush. He probably has a whole lot of Queen X here, like Ace, Queen, King, Queen, Queen, Jack, etc. Can he call with worse? That's really the question. Can he actually call with worse? And I think he probably can. So yeah, we'll jam. Then jam. But I think it's probably okay. He has Ace 10 and he calls, as you see. So that's good. Okay. Is your game based on GTO or exploitative? Understand, you have to maximally exploit your opponents to win money at poker. To win the maximum amount of money at poker. I'm not trying to teach you all to be small winners. I'm trying to teach you to be big winners. GTO is great, and I recommend you definitely base your strategy on GTO, and you need to know GTO strategy so you know where to adjust from and where to adjust to, right? I think a lot of people think you have to be only GTO or only exploitative. This is a horrible myth that, well, fish have propagated. All poker games and poker skills are based on math at the end of the day. And if you use math better than your opponents, you're going to win money better than them. Exploitative play means understanding the GTO strategy, and then also knowing how to adjust properly. You could say, yeah, I should adjust because this guy's really bad. Great, but where do you adjust to? You don't know unless you study GTO strategies. I mean, you can guess, but you'd rather know than guess, right? How do you play so many tables at a time, Jonathan? It's because we don't have to guess. I'm not guessing about any of this stuff. I know all of it for the most part. We studied it. For your table full of maniacs, what's the worst hand you call a 200 big blind shove with? Well, depends on the scenario. How bad are the maniacs, right? It's not a very good question. Like right here, you can define their strategies, and then we'll be able to give you a much better answer. We just say maniac, what does that mean? Are they jamming all in with 100% of hands? Or are they jamming all in with the top 22% of hands, right? It's very important to ask good questions that give all the information required to make a good decision. When you don't give the good information, I can't really help you. Under the gun raise, I 3-bet he called. Maybe this is a jam with the ace-5 suited. I can get behind that. This is going to be a triple spot for sure. Brutal turn, because now I lose to a jack. I think this is a call. Check, check here. Sevens. Don't know why he would bet with sevens. Check, check. 4 of them. If he has the literal stone, he has the full house. Like I said, we were tripling this. It's only bad if he jams me on the river. Don't expect to get jammed all that often. Dude was a jealous troll. He was. Now he's gone. Could you imagine spending your life following people, watching their content, and then typing in nonsense about it? Could you imagine that horrible life that person must have? I feel immense amount of empathy for people who are so misguided that they think they're supposed to spend their time doing nonsense. It actually kind of breaks my heart that people still think that is the right way to go about being a productive, useful human to society. This guy has no chips. I think we go small on turn and then rip it on the river. This is weird. I guess I fold. Why would he ever jam? Such a bad play with whatever he has. You want to take it well above your average buy-in. Is it better for you to play a smaller field one or a larger field one? That's a good question. I don't think it matters all that much, really. Because think about it, right? If like a min cash is a big success, then it's easier to min cash the big field one. So I don't think it matters all that much. How many students do we get from my avatar name? I don't know. So far, exactly 0 have told me they've gone to my site. Because of my avatar name. Okay, everyone. This is very important. This stream is going to end in about 40 minutes. Is that right? 30 minutes. About 35 minutes, something like that. This stream is going to end. Period. Is going to end. I'm going to check here. I think we have the best hand every time, but if I bet and get called, I think we're very unhappy. Okay, so this stream is going to end. But we're going to be streaming for the whole rest of the day until about 2 or 3 a.m. until I'm done. We're playing a real session. We are legitimate poker players here. We're putting in full sessions. And to see the rest of the stream, you have to be a poker coaching member. I have a poker training site called pokercoaching.com, and I'm giving all of you 5 days for free if you're not a member. Completely for free. This is good. We call here because we want to give this guy every opportunity to rip it. I don't want to re-raise because he may fold then. So, go to pokercoaching.com/5free. pokercoaching.com/5 and then the word free. And then go right there on the dashboard. It'll be very clearly listed, the URL to access the rest of the stream. 5. Oh, God. It's going to be one of those days today, huh? Sometimes you just get one of those days. I think it's okay to flat here in position. You don't love it, but I think it's okay. Should be clear. You don't want to put in 20 big blinds with 5s. Pre-flops, usually not a good strategy. Now we're going to get shafted with a queen 9 too, I'm sure. So far, you've all watched me do nothing but lose money. Hopefully we get paid for the rest of the day. At least we have the best hand now, most of the time. Fun day already. I think this is a jam. If he has like aces, he's always going to call. If he has nothing, he's always going to fold. So we just want to put all the money in. Should we 3-bet? Probably not against a guy with no stats. Raise this guy 3-bets. We'll put in 4. We'll jam this one. And look at this. Look at this terrible website interface. Who knows what's even happening here? He has aces. We win. That's good. Finally, we get somebody's aces. Aces don't do so well on this side, it seems. If he jams here, obviously we call it off. You don't love it with ace-king suited, but that's fine. Do not worry about the variance. Make sure you're properly bankrolled. Check, turn, go from there. Life Shoot Quadic says, you love pokercoaching.com. I'm glad to hear it. Can I explain the small sizing with my queens? I was almost certainly against a very short-stacked opponent, or I was short-stacked, one of the two. You can use smaller 3-bets when you are short-stacked. Like I said, we're going to try to overfold a little bit today. Easy call here. Guy tanks forever. He's going to show him up with aces like every time when he tanks forever. But he has ace-king. He's bluffing, so that's good. It's always good when you catch him bluffing. How many hours are you studying and for how long are you playing each week? I play exactly on Sundays at this point in my life because we're home because of Corona. And this is the only day that has good volume. You all know me. I'm not going to play if we can't put in good volume. Volume cures variance and lets you make a lot of money. And that's the goal. In reality, the goal is to sit here all day and probably make about $2,500 on average. If I had to guess, that's probably about what we're going to do. This is weird. J-Limbs is pretty tight, so I'm going to fold. Glad we folded. How much do I study each week? That's a weird question because my whole job is studying and getting good content for all of you. So, all of it. If you have $300, what should you play? Depends on what you're good at. YouTube.com/ JonathanLittlePoker.com/bankroll. Go there, read that. I haven't said anything about the Discord. I'm not all that active on the Discord, but yeah, the Poker Coaching Discord's definitely still around. Go check it out. You have to understand, we have a forum, we have Discord, we have Twitter, we have Twitch, we have YouTube, we have Instagram. I can't be everywhere, but I know that all of you like to be in various spots. We're still on the bubble here. Is this real? Whatever. Good thing I didn't blind out, right? 29 remain, 27 get paid. Okay. Raise, 3-bet, 4-bet all in. All right, if I raised this guy just ripped it all in, I would have called with this hand. This hand's great. But now once there's a caller in the middle, we can't anymore. I'm sitting to your direct left in the 33-6 max. Well, have fun. Good luck. Enjoy yourself. This is a terrible flop for me. I think we still just need to bet, though. Legitimately terrible flop. Like the worst flop in the world. God. 14, then Jam River. What a terrible spot. Do I rip it on this guy again? I think I do. This guy just raised called off with the King 10 offsuit. Easy all in here. I mean, yeah, he has jack sometimes. He should have a jack a lot when he check calls, but I think it's easy shove. If he has 2 pair, it's a miserably bad spot, and 2 pair probably needs to fold. He does have the jack, though, so nicely played by the opponent. When the opponent plays well, you lose. You see right there, right? Bad players check shove the jack on the turn. Good players check call. It's tough when they're good because they have some nuts in their range. Is there any free software to study, or should you get PioSolver? You should not get PioSolver if you're playing Tiny 6 games. Just go to pokercoaching.com. Watch the content. The poker coaching stream later is only on YouTube. You have to go to those links. You can't do a private stream on Twitch as far as I know. If there is a way to do a private stream on Twitch, let me know and we'll do that next time as well, but I don't know how to do that. Good luck, says Kathy. Thank you. So we've been caught bluffing about 7 times so far today. Maybe they watched my previous streams where I said I'm going to bluff every time. So that's not good. I forgot, nobody's here today. I can leave the door open. Vans, I think we generally started trying to use more exploitative strategy, or sorry, shy away from the exploitative strategies for the pre-flop opening ranges. So we are raising a little bit tighter in a lot of spots than in the past, where I was just probably opening too wide in reality. I want to make sure I'm teaching very good implementable strategies. As you open looser and looser, your opponents are going to, well, you're going to have a lot more difficult scenarios, right? And you don't want difficult scenarios in general. What do you think of the Doug Polk game? I didn't know he made a game. Is it a board game? I like board games. He seems to flip-flop around from a lot of things. It's like one day he's doing comedy, one day he's doing poker, one day he's doing magical coins. And, you know, now he's making board games, apparently. Haven't tried it yet, though. I don't really have a whole lot of time to play board games. And due to the coronavirus, I mean, I guess I could play it virtually or something. Is it a digital game like Hearthstone? I like Hearthstone. I like Magic the Gathering. Those are great. That said, I doubt one person could make a game like Hearthstone, unless, of course, he hired out a team. He seems to love outsourcing all of his work to other people, so maybe that's what he did. How many buy-ins is the idea for the top of your range? You mean the top of the buy-in range? Depends a lot on the variance, right? A lot of people ask these questions that don't necessarily make it very, very clear what they're trying to ask, right? Like, I'm not going to play a 25K that has 1 million people in it, right? Because there's just going to be infinite variance. As there are more people in the field, your variance goes through the roof. But if I'm playing like a soft 50-person 25K, sure. Because I know our variance is going to be relatively low, right? At the same time, I'm not going to play a tough 25K that has 50 people because ROI is going to be very low. So it's not just as easy as Was I on a break on one of these tables? I thought I was on a break. I was like getting ready to get up. So weird. I forgot where I was going. Anyway. Haven't seen Thomas or James. Where are they? Yeah, they are in Brooklyn at a swimming pool. One of our family friends' swimming pool. They're gone today. My wife's mom was like, oh, you have the house to yourself all day today. Isn't it going to be great? People keep saying this link is broken. Let's see. I'm telling you, it's literally working for me. I just went there. It took me straight to a checkout page. Murray, send us an email, support@pokercoaching.com, ASAP. Will I accept Bitcoin? If you specially ask for it, send me an email, yes. Oh, I see. We're hand for hand. That makes sense. We can call one here. That's a solid flop. But yeah, if you have any questions about the poker coaching membership at all ever, send us an email, support@pokercoaching.com. Here we can call in position. I need to start my own cryptocurrency called Nagy Dollars. I don't think so. I'm not trying to start something that's definitively and obviously a scam. We'll call again. Our hand's pretty great. Here we float. We have the best hand sometimes. I mean, it's not a great spot to float the ace-king, but I think you do want to call pretty frequently there. I think I just check river. If he has ace, he's going to at least consider betting. I think now we turn it into a bluff. It's going to get called sometimes. Man, my keyboard does not seem to be working today. That is dangerous. He does jam, easy call. He has flush already. It's pretty unlucky. What happened to that ace-king? The 5-3 of diamonds. Fantastic. Fantastic. Easy all in here. I mean, look, we're gonna be punting it sometimes, but I think this is easy bluff. He has an overpair most of the time. Yeah, you have a set sometimes. Obviously, he shouldn't fold a set. He shouldn't fold an overpair. Easy call here. We beat almost everything. He has nothing. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. He's tanking. He's thinking it out. Two overbet me on the turn. Guess call. I'll try to get there. We do not get there, of course. He has the ace and the ace. Great. Obviously, you should call with aces. Don't know why I slow rolled. If we were Mike Mattis, I would have lost my mind right there. Easy call. Do I go all in here as well? I mean, I guess I do, right? We have basically not low. If he has a jack, you wouldn't think he's going to fold, and he should have a whole lot of jack when he plays in this manner. But I don't really see another great option. Folds that time. All right, sure. Fun game today. We're on the bubble. I think you can still jam this, though. Hand's great. It's kind of weird. Guy's under the gun. You wouldn't think he'd be betting the river. This guy seems to play well, so we'll fold. You can't do a poker coaching only subscriber chat, McLovin. It doesn't work because YouTube and Twitch do not know who are poker coaching subscribers. You mean, what do I think of Doug Polk's poker game that he made? I'm not sure. I haven't played this. So did he make a game like Pot Limit Omaha? Did he call it 5-card poker? What did he call his new poker game that he made? I've not tried it out. It's important to realize that you just don't have time for everything at some point. And I definitely don't have time to play games created by random people who don't even play poker, really. What percentage of tournaments have you entered, that I've entered, have I won? It's got to be a very small fraction. A very, very small fraction. Hey, we're in the money, finally. We got our first little clinkety-clink of the day. Hour 40 minutes in. Ship the change. We have cash for literally $78. Shippity-doo-dah, shippity-day. My, oh my, what a wonderful day. Is that the right words? That doesn't sound right. This guy's going to have a flush sometimes and flush me out here. That's fine. Golly, what a day. Naggy, naggy, shafty, shafty. Fun game so far. We'll re-enter, sure. I'll play again. Give me the literal straight. All right. Fold river. All right. All right, all right, all right, all right. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you. I'm glad you enjoy it. Yeah, you all. Where are the screaming kids? Boo, boo. Do you think private games are safe? Well, you're not going to get mugged in them if you're playing them virtually, most likely. Unless, of course, they're being ran/sponsored by the Mafia. Which, if you're playing on any of the very known private apps, probably are run by the Mafia. But, do I play in any of them? Absolutely not. As much crap as I give ACR about being unlicensed and unregulated, and I think they're going to steal all of our money at some point in the future, I don't think people are just, straight up cheating on this site. I mean, look, people can cheat here. I'm sure people are colluding here, but it's not that big of a deal. On some of the private games, you can get completely fleeced, hard, in various ways. So I would definitely tell you not to play on those sites for any amount of money, even if you, quote-unquote, trust the person running the game, because you just don't know. You just don't know. You may think, but you do not know. I mean, there are people who I know who I actually trust very much. I would do business with them. But I'm just not going to play in their private game because there's no real reason. I'm being told people who are having problems with the site, maybe having some incognito mode error, or go into incognito mode, try that. There might be some cookie problem that you have. So if the link's not working, please clear your cookies, etc. It's broken if you don't add www at the start. Oh, okay. Try that. It works for me, but I mean, just because it works for me doesn't mean it works for everyone. I understand how computers work to the point that I understand just because it works for you doesn't mean it works for everybody else. Try Poker Coach. So link now works. Good. www. Good. Good, sure. Computers are confusing to me. www dot. What? Come on. Really? This thing, so confusing. Jesus Christ. These quality programs, I tell you, they don't make it easy on you. Think I'm timing out anywhere? I have 5 big blinds. Raise 3-bet, kind of big. 5 to win. I mean, what is this nonsense on top of my screen? They put it right on top of all the chips? God, okay. 5 to win, 30. It's probably just a fold against a tight player. Okay. Will it tell me if I'm sitting out anywhere? Sit back on all? Will that button come up on one table if I'm sitting out on any table? Does anybody know? Did I lose this game? No, not yet. I should have put the sunglasses on. You're right. I didn't know that I was bluffing. I didn't know it was a big bluff yet. Don't worry. We're going to make some really big ones later. We have a question that's a good one. Let's see. What is the next best course after you finish fundamentals? So look, I'm in the process of making a gigantic tournament course. It should be up sometime soon, at least the beginning parts of it. So I would definitely tell you to go there. Given that doesn't exist yet, I would tell you to search on pokercoaching.com whatever problems you currently have. Also, go to the oldest homework. Start your way at the bottom and work your way forward. That is going to ensure you have a good foundation for playing fundamentally sound poker. I realize I've raised like 3 times in a row up here. It's not worked at all. But whatever, they keep giving me good cards. Give me good cards, I'll play them. Yeah, go to the earliest homework challenge and work your way forward. I think that's going to be very beneficial. I'm literally like eating straight garlic soup right now. This is a good turn. A really good turn. I want to make sure to not bet so much the guy has an easy fold. Easy all in. Nicky Manage goes all in here. We get to call. Karn, I don't know the answer to that right now, man. Send us an email, support@pokercoaching.com, and we'll find you whatever piece of content you want. Did we beat Nicky? We did. Nicky had a 10 and a 10. Bad beat, Nicky Manage. Ooh, an ace and an ace in the $600 game, finally. Who's the best tournament poker player? I would tell you to look at the Global Poker Index. Type in Global Poker Index into Google. Go to #1, poker player. That's probably the answer. This is good. This is good. We're going to eat this guy's lunch. Woo! Terrible flop, but that's okay. Why would he ever check? Golly, that's brutal. I think I let it go check here. We're really not so concerned about many turns when he checks the flop, because you got to think you'd bet a lot of his draws on the flop, right? So I really just want him to put money in if he has nothing. Am I following any of the World Series action? No. I don't really care what happens in random $1,000 buy-in online tournaments. I know that sounds a little bit pretentious or something like that, but in reality, they're random $1,000 online tournaments. I don't care about prestige all that much, and I think the games have lost a lot of their prestige, which is a little bit unfortunate. I mean, look, I'm sitting here in New York City. I could easily go hour and a half away to play these games if I felt like it, if I thought they added significant value if I do win one. But I don't even think that it is all that worth it for me to spend my time away from my family. Like, I'd just rather hang out with my family than play a random tournament. I also think a lot of people don't realize. So someone sent me this email the other day. Like, I really want to win a bracelet. Is it worth it to go play these tournaments? But you got to realize, if you're playing a 1,000-person tournament, what are the odds of you winning? Oh, gee, that's 5. Okay, I'm glad I did 5, not 555. I thought I did it again. The odds of you winning a tournament is like 1 in 1,000, right? So let's say you get to play 10 of them. Now you're 1 in 100 to win one of these. What if you're good? You're like 1 in 70 or 1 in 50. 1 in 50 years, you're going to get a bracelet if you play roughly 10 of those, and you're good. Oh, Jesus Christ. Prove you're a human. You want me to type where a vehicle is? You're telling is a vehicle right here, or what do you all think? What about right here? I guess not. Oh, vehicles again. Sure. Does that look about right? Fire hydrants. You want to know what fire hydrants are? Look at how smart I am. Oh, geez, did I miss one? Type more fire hydrants. Okay, I think I did it. Thinks I'm not a robot. I passed the robot verification test. Thank you. If I'm a robot, I'm now a sophisticated one. Yeah, I know I 3-bet folded there. That's the right play. Anyway, why wouldn't I travel to New Jersey to play? Because it's just not worth the effort. Like, imagine a bracelet is worth $100,000 to me because I'm Jonathan Little and I can market it, right? Would I pay $100,000 for a bracelet? Like if it was legitimate, like I want it for real, I probably just would. So let's say it's worth 100K. And I win it 1 in 50 times. What's 100K divided by 50? Someone do the math. I can't do the math because I'm playing a lot of poker right now. If they gave me a math test to see if I was a robot, I couldn't pass it. 100,000 divided by 50. That means that I'm going to get an extra $2,000 in added equity to go play these random $500 buy-in tournaments. Okay? So let's say I think I have 100% ROI in these tournaments, which is I probably don't. It's probably more like 50 or something, 50%. So let's say I'm going to make $500 per day for 10 days. That's $5,000 plus 2,000 equity and bracelet, which may or may not even be accurate. That is $7,000 for 10 days of play. It's $700 a day. Well, we know sitting here, I already told you, I think I'm making $2,500 or so by sitting here playing these random Sundays. So this is 3 days worth of the volume right here. You may say, couldn't you play both sites? Like, I guess, sure, I'm sure I could. But if the goal is to just go there and only play World Series events, it just like doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I'd rather just sit here and do this and make good content for all of you. Also, I'm in the middle of a bunch of projects. I have to make this tournament course ASAP. I wanted that done about like 4 months ago. I'm in the middle of writing a new book. I'm about a fifth the way through that. There's like a lot I want to be doing. And I don't want to sit there and grind random $1,000 buy-in tournaments. So anyway, that's the answer. It's unfortunate. I wish World Series did not significantly diminish the brand. But I just think they have. Quizzes helped you a lot. I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, Frank, thank you. I appreciate that. 18 tables, reading the chat, etc., etc. Are you even human? Well, I could even pass a robot verification test to prove that I'm now human. Because how could you tell otherwise? It's not like I'm sitting here streaming or anything. When it goes bet call here, I just need to fold. We're going to be very dominated. We're 12 and 20 in the money already for a little bit of chunk change. $78, ship the dough. Oh, this is important. We're going to go to a private stream soon. Don't forget that, Jonathan. What am I trying to say here? You need to go right now, immediately. You're like out of time. Go to pokercoaching.com/5free. www.pokercoaching.com/5free. Sign up. It's completely free. We're going to be moving to a private stream starting in like literally 5 minutes. The link is in the Poker Coaching dashboard. You're going to have to use it. If you don't use it, you're not going to get into the next stream. I like to call here because the opponent's probably drawing nearly dead. If we ever make the flush, it's just amazing. So we call. So please do that. I want you all to be here with me for the rest of the day. Go to pokercoaching.com/5free. We're going to be streaming till like 3 a.m. or something. Till I'm done. I'm going to play literally every $50 buy-in and higher tournament for the rest of the day on this site. So please, please, come join me. It's completely free. And you'll be a Poker Coaching member. So check it out. What do we bust this guy with? What do you think this guy even had? Does he think he had a set? King 8 for 2 pair. Wow, it's a pretty unlucky turn for him. Who's better at Magic, me or Bryn Kenny? I don't know. I'm pretty good at Magic. I hear Bryn was good as well. Bryn's better than me at poker, so probably Bryn, right? Logical deduction. How do you keep focused all day? Drink coffee? This guy min 3-bets. He seems insane, so we're just going to put our money in. I don't love to put it all in here. Like, usually min 3-bets quite strong. But, you know, what can you do? So we flop open-ended here, which is great. What happened to that sevens? Looks like he folded. One of my friends says I'm in his table in the $600 game. Oh, I'm in a lot of people's tables today. We are going to be in all of your tables. Come play the games with me. I'll show you the cards on a 5-minute delay. We're not afraid. Nikki managed like Nikki Mirage, but a min in front. Nikki Mirage. No, it's Nikki Minaj because there's an M-I-N. Nikki Minaj. I'm pretty sure it's just manage though. Nikki Manage. It's got to be Nikki. I mean, what else could it be, right? All right, so look, we're on break. It's very important. I've enjoyed this 2-hour stream. It's been a lot of fun. So far, I've lost like 12 buy-ins, I think. We are going to go to a private stream now. So look, if you're a poker coaching member, go to pokercoaching.com, right in the dashboard, click the link to the YouTube, the private YouTube link. Go there, do that now. If you don't do it, you're going to be lost. I would tell you, if you're not a poker coaching member, go to pokercoaching.com/5free. You'll be a member in like half a second. Fair flip. Can we get one fair flip to end the day, Maggie? No, Maggie can't win a flip to save her life. All right. That's fine. We'll re-enter. Go to pokercoach.com/5free and sign up. In the dashboard, there'll be a link to the private stream. Go get in it. It's been a lot of fun. I will see all of you in the private stream starting, in about 5 minutes.